Hello YouTube, this is my second video and it's Halloween. Happy Halloween, hence the black hair. It's temporary. So, I'm going to talk today about an issue that's going to offend a lot of people. I understand that a lot of people will find it offensive because they feel it's a topic that shouldn't be discussed because, well, mostly religious beliefs. If you have a real problem with abortion, you will have a problem with what I'm saying. There's a little X up in the corner. Click it. Go away. It will offend you. I'm not joking. Okay. When a woman gets pregnant, she can go to the Planned Parenthood and she can have the child aborted if she does not want to carry the child to term. When a man gets a woman pregnant, usually unintentionally in our society, he doesn't have the same option. He can't make a woman have an abortion. That would be wrong. But because the woman decides to carry the child to term, he becomes obligated, whether or not he wants anything to do with this child, to essentially support the child financially and in some cases emotionally based on various things. I don't think that's right. If a man doesn't want anything to do with his child, he shouldn't have to have anything to do with the child. He can't abort the child, so he should be able to sign over all rights. Just say, I don't want anything to do with his child, no financial obligation, nothing. If we were to have this option, the man would lose all parental rights. He couldn't file for custody. He couldn't file for visitation. He couldn't have visitation. His family would have no access to the child whatsoever. He would basically be scratched out of the child's life. That is a better alternative than you lay down in bed, so since the woman decided to carry the child to term, pay up. That's wrong. I mean, that's really wrong. The woman can choose whether or not to have a child, but a man can't? And I know what you're all thinking. Condoms, right? Man used a condom. Well, condoms aren't 100% guaranteed. They are very successful, but there's no such thing as 100% foolproof contraception. So, the only thing that that doesn't work in society, we know that. It doesn't work. Now, it brings up another issue. If a woman wants to have a child, and the man does not, and he has expressed that he does not, is it okay for the woman to poke holes in the condom? How is that better than a man giving a woman a roofie? They're both terrible things and should not be condoned in our society. If a woman is found to have poked holes in the condom, I think she should have to go to jail just as much as a man who put a roofie in a drink. It's wrong. It's fraud. It's a terrible thing to do to another living being because you lock them in for a minimum of 18 years obligation to a child that they did not want. And that's just terrible. Men should have as much of a choice about having a child as a woman does. And to deny a man that choice is an injustice. To deny the man the same rights to back out of a pregnancy as a woman is wrong. I know that is very controversial, and a lot of people won't agree with me, but look at it from both perspectives. Since a man can not really abort a child, he can't. He can want his woman to abort a child, but the decision is ultimately hers. If a woman wants to have an abortion, the man has absolutely no say. It's not fair. It really is not. Our society is not fair in this sense. We talk about all of the injustices that women suffer every day. We do suffer a lot of injustices. But men do too. And this is an injustice that I think needs to be gotten rid of in our society. It's no more fair for a woman to poke a hole in a condom. It's no more fair for a man to be obligated than it is for a woman to be forced to carry a child to term and raise that child because of a mistake. It's just not fair. I know that sounds childish, but it really isn't. That's all I have for you today. Agree with me or not, sorry.